So I am back with another video, and in today's video I'll be going over UFC 327, the overall card and my overall reaction to it. And yeah, I mean, it was a very good pay-per-view. I really enjoyed every single fight on the card, and for the first time in a long time I even watched the prelims as well, so that just shows you how good the card was. Of course, UFC 328 Strickland versus Chimaev is going to be unbelievable as well. So just very good pay-per-views from the UFC this year. So starting off with the main event, I've done it differently this time. Usually I start off with the first card on the main event, but I'm just going to start with the main and then go towards the first fight of the main card. So Carlos Ulberg is the new UFC light heavyweight champion, even though he messed up his knee. That's actually mad to think about it. So with this, he most likely will be out for a very long time, but an unbelievable performance. With one knee, he was able to knock out Yuri. So probably one of the best performances I've ever seen, really, because like, how has he done that, especially against someone like Yuri? I mean, we all thought Yuri was going to be reckless and have that aggression to win against Carlos Ulberg, but many, including myself, knew that Carlos Ulberg, on the back foot to pull people into shots, would be the way he could win this fight. But like, with the experience Yuri has against top opponents than Ulberg, I really thought he was going to win. So when the injury occurred in the fight, I had the instant thought that Yuri is definitely going to be a champion now. He was landing extra hard calf kicks after the injury while attacking Carlos's injury, and was ducking the hooks from Ulberg, who really just couldn't move at all properly, of course. But Ulberg was smart. I mean, he kept his distance, backed himself up, and let Yuri come to him. And you would think Yuri would learn from the two Alex Pereira losses, but no. I mean, terrible IQ to have your hands down and become reckless coming into the left hook when Ulberg couldn't even move. It's like, why has Yuri just wasted such a key opportunity? He was definitely going to win this fight, 100%. That is now 3 title shots, I believe, failed in a row due to just silly mistakes and a lack of IQ. I mean, 30 seconds there was left of round 1 as well. So overall, it is ridiculous from Yuri Prochazka. I mean, just giving up a win such as that, especially when you had all the keys to win. I mean, I thought it was Yuri's time, as no one has beat him other than Alex Pereira, but I was very wrong. It's a shame that Ulberg's title defense is probably going to be in a long time, considering that apart from the injury, he didn't really take any damage. And another thing is, Yuri said after he lost, it's because he showed mercy towards the injury of Ulberg. But of course, I think this is 100% incorrect. Yuri just played into Ulberg's game when the victory was 100% there for Yuri. And Yuri does want a rematch, but this will be his 4th, I believe, title shot. So I don't really want to see this rematch now. And I mean, the UFC light heavyweight division doesn't really look that great at the moment. I mean, even Paulo Costa might be next for, I don't know, an interim title or even a title shot, because it is a marketable matchup as well. But to be honest, even Ankalaev is in the picture. I mean, he has a chance at becoming champion soon as well, because even though he got like destroyed by Pereira in the first round, he still beats mostly everyone in the division, I think. But overall, fair play to Carlos Ulberg. What a fighter. Of a real champion. To be able to knock someone out while your knee's gone in a UFC main event is unbelievable. And for Yuri, it's just crazy to let this fight go when the key to victory was 100% there. And I just got a feel for all the Yuri Prochazka fans. Like, honestly, it seemed like he was 100% going to win after the leg injury of Ulberg. But he just completely bottled it. And he just hasn't learned from his mistakes in previous fights, if I'm being honest. So moving on to the co-main event, Asmat Murzakanov gets destroyed by Paulo Costa, if I'm being honest. And another fight where I'm wrong. I got nearly every single fight wrong on the main card. And what a performance by Paulo Costa. His last 2 performances, like this and the Kopylov performance, was honestly great. What a great head kick in the 3rd round to end the fight. And it's, I mean, Costa's first finish since 2019. So, you know, it's been a long time since he's been back to his best, which is mad. But he hardly fights though, really. To be honest, I did score the fight to Costa 1st round, 2nd Murzakanov, and then, of course, 3rd round, Costa gets the stoppage. The body kicks that Costa was landing, though, was great, and I think he does it very well. I just thought that Murzakanov, as you all know, his jab is very powerful and it has stopped Rakic. So I thought he would generally do the same to Costa, but got completely outclassed, if I'm being honest. Even the inside leg kicks from Costa
was effective to like reduce the punching power of Mirzakhanov. And he also did great ground and pound and damage with like the elbows. The second round, Mirzakhanov did hurt Costa a few times and was continuously pressuring him back, mainly from like the great punches he was doing to the body. So he did have some nice combinations to slow down Paulo Costa and was kind of like good in reducing the range so that Paulo Costa couldn't land the body kicks that he was landing. And then the third round, when it's 1-1, just randomly think Mirzakhanov is going to get the stoppage, but he had no answer to Paulo Costa at all, probably tired, and then just like a great head kick to him to make him fall down by the cage. And Costa is now on a 2-fight win streak, which is great to see, as he was losing quite a lot of fights previous to that. So an overall great performance by Paulo Costa, and I think it's great to see him in the light heavyweight division.
The next fight to talk about is Blades versus Holkit. And this was generally the best fight I've watched this year. It was that good. Like, I generally didn't want the fight to end at all. And you know what? Heavyweight division looked extremely entertaining there. Holkit, like, with Holkit, I didn't generally like his trash talk and thought it didn't make sense most of the time. And maybe he was trying a bit too hard. But this would have been reinforced. Well, this idea that I have would have been reinforced if Blades beat Holkit. But Holkit backed up his trash talk and was great. He kept flipping Blades off constantly. And I mean, respect to Curtis Blades, because I thought he was going to get finished in the first round by the looks of it. And that's because Holkit just straight away exploded strikes on Blades. Like, I had picked Holkit to win previously, but I wanted Blades to win. But what a fight it was. Maybe the best heavyweight fight that I've seen. It was just non-stop action. Like, I didn't like Holkit before the fight. But if you're going to bring that energy into the octagon and prove it, then fair play. You definitely deserve now to be on the UFC White House card, which was announced that Derek Lewis is going to be versing Holkit. And I think Holkit would beat Derek Lewis. But no shame to Curtis Blades. You know, Curtis Blades could have easily given up in the first round, but he bounced back and landed heavy shots on a very tired Holkit. But by the third round, both of them looked like they generally could drop from exhaustion. Like, they performed that much. And this is like the fight of the year. I don't really think any other fight is going to be better than that. Like, how on earth did no one get knocked out? But it's just mad how instantly, like, first round, Holkit rocks Blades bad over the jab of Blades, like with the right hand. But Blades came back, holded his ground, and constantly jabbed Holkit and holded him against the fence. Of course, Holkit did have good takedown defense throughout the fight. But Blades at the end of the first round did elbows, body shots, uppercuts. And Holkit was just extremely tired due to the amount of energy he put at the start. And I thought he was going to lose, as I thought he was going to be tired in the second round. But mainly both in the second round again, just doing boxing combinations back and forth. And that's what made this fight so good. And of course, Blades was finding success with the clinch. But Holkit was just faster and had more output, if I'm being honest. While Blades just had that straight punch. I think the decision, if I'm being honest, was 100% correct. There was some people saying Blades won that fight, but I thought Holkit won it. And I do think it will be Derek Lewis at the White House as well, which is a 2-month turnaround. So it's pretty good activity by Holkit. So moving on to the worst fight of the whole card. This was terrible to watch. Johnny Walker versus Reyes. I think the decision was correct in like Reyes winning, as like Johnny Walker didn't really do much apart from like spam calf kicks. But then again, nobody did much, and all it was a painful watch, all 3 rounds. So round 1, I gave it to Reyes, cleaner strikes and jabs. But if I think about it, like in general, I don't know what strikes Johnny Walker landed, as all he did was stay on the outside and just leg kick. Like, Reyes even wobbled Walker with the straight left as well. I don't remember when that was, but I remember the actual scenario. I mean, Reyes as well did check some of the leg kicks later in the second and third. But overall, it was one of the worst fights I've seen, and I thought it was going to be great. And before the fight, I did pick Walker to win, so another L pick. But maybe I should have picked Reyes, to be honest. But yeah, it's just an unfortunate fight. Absolutely terrible. So moving on to the last fight of UFC 327. Well, the first of the main card. Club Swanson, you know, what a beautiful way to retire. And what a performance. I mean, he was just too quick for Nate Landwehr. And Landwehr just couldn't recover from the power of Swanson, as he was put down like a couple of times. and just glad to see like a full retirement from the UFC, especially to someone who's had so many fights in the UFC and been in it for that long. But what a great way it was to start the main card off. And that really is it on my overall thoughts and, well, reactions to UFC 327. You know, it was a decent pay-per-view. I'm looking forward to Strickland versus Chimaev as well soon. So that's really interesting to look forward to. Burns versus Mala is something that I'm not going to be watching. Probably not even going to make a video on it at all. So yeah, but anyways, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.